You're welcome to this masterclass organized by Elevate Africa Connect. And just in case you don't know, but I believe you do, Connect is the community for Elevate Africa. And we are vested in your growth, your personal growth, your leadership growth, your entrepreneurial growth. We're vested in your growth. And special thanks to our founder, Her Majesty Olori Atoase III, who has used every expression to empower African leaders over time. This is just one of them. Connect is one of them, is another platform where she's doing this. And then this masterclass, and I am just to put things straight. It's a free masterclass, does not in any way mean that the information that will be coming to you today is common. Not at all. What you're going to be hearing today is not the kind you Google and you find it online, or it will not be so easy to find. And that is why we didn't find a better fit to talk to us today than our facilitator, who is Dr. Foy, one who has built from ground up, one who has earned the currency of influence, is still earning it, and is spending the currency, and graciously has afforded us this time to share deep insight with us. When you're done with this masterclass, you'll be grateful, more than grateful that you participated. And so I don't even mind if you begin now to say thank you to Dr. Foy, because I see he's already in the room. And so without further ado, I would leave him to make the introductions. He will do it best.
Hey, how you doing? How are you? How are we doing? Can you hear me?
It can be better. It's a bit low.
Is it better now? Can you hear me? Is it clearer?
It's low. Your audio is low.
My audio is low. Why is my audio low? Why is my audio low?
Oh, if it's from my... Oh, someone says loud and clear. That means it's
fantastic.
Me.
It's from you. Good.
Oh,
okay.
It's me. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Hello, guys. And then I have how many minutes? Is it 7 hours or 14 hours? How many minutes do I have?
Dr. Foy, we want to be with you for 1 hour, but remember that we're going to ask you questions.
Okay, so I'll make it 40 minutes and then time for questions.
All right, then. Fantastic. Thank you.
So first of all, honored to be here. And I'll give a brief info about myself, and then I will share thoughts, just my thoughts, and then I'll share my screen. But before we go ahead, I want to know people where you coming. So we have please just put your country. If you're from Ghana, Nigeria, south of France, just Kenyan, just among countries, Botswana, Nigeria, who else again? UK, Nigeria, Paris, oh God, Botswana, Nigeria. I want another country, please. Shock me. Namibia, let's go. Trinidad and Tobago, Fanta, Grititi, okay. Oh, Tobago, oh, Unite, okay, all right. Okay, fantastic. Really honored to be here, and I really want to share my thoughts with you. And I want to give people 4 minutes before I go in straight. So a brief story about me. My name is Tochukwu Macfoy. I'm a trained medical doctor. Trained. I even had extra year in school. So to show you that my training was complete. I was trained in failure too. I had extra year in school. I failed 1 full semester. So trained medical doctor. I worked with the military as a doctor. That was when I started doubting I want to practice, because it was rough. If my friends went to go and be medical doctors, they lost their legs. Yeah, so I wasn't going to do that. So, but and then in medicine, I got called to do stuff for a place called Cool FM. So Cool FM is like a big radio station. So as a doctor, they asked me to come and do a show on Cool FM, and that was the beginning of my media. I always was good in media, but from there I was doing a show. From there I became a TV host. From there, MTV based headhunted me to become head of content, head of partnership. From there, Budweiser headhunted me. From there, I opened a music. So I opened a music label. I've opened a production company. I've done stuff for Netflix. It's massive. But most recently, I'm part of the founding creatives for Elevate Africa. So all the first year or 18 months of Elevate Africa, it was our team that built it, built the branding, built the convenings, everything. So this is family. This is I'm still on the board, and this is family. So for me, I'm here to speak. Good. So please clap for me. Clap for me. I want to see claps on my clap for me, please. Clap. Sierra Leone. Saudi. Joy. Saudi. Okay. Botswana. Clap for me. Lucia. Clap for fantastic. Adafa. Clap for me. Thank you very much. The first thing I want to say is that trust is capital. As a doctor, I remember when people come to shop drugs for us, aspirin, for example. So everybody wanted Panadol. Everybody wanted Panadol. I'm serious. And that was we knew the truth. We knew that these are the same, everything, it was the same. But why? Because trust is a great currency. But trust is not what people say about you. It is what they're willing to risk on you. Please write it down. Trust isn't what people say about you. I can say good things about Frida. She's amazing. She's great. She's phenomenal. Oh, phenomenal, phenomenal. Oh, phenomenal. But can I risk my time on Frida? Can I risk my money on Frida? Can I risk my transition on Frida? Now, what I've learned is that in the structure of trust, there are two things that I've learned. One is the warmth, the other is competence. What is warmth? Emotional intelligence. Most people are incredibly technical, but really poor emotional intelligence. They don't understand how to get people into their life. Because the truth is, before, I used to think that, okay, trust is about competence. And guys, it's important. I don't want to go to a surgeon's table and the guy says, let us pray. Father, we thank you for this surgery. Lord, as I cut, Lord, help me. My hand is not strong. Help me. God help. I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay there. Father, I'll say, Father, I thank you. God, I bless you too. I can't tap a shaka. I run. I'm not going to stay there. So trust is about competence too. But let me say this to everybody. It's also about warmth, emotional intelligence. It's about making people slowly understand you, cooking your season, cooking your time. That's what I've learned about trust. I'll give an example. I do some big productions for big companies like One, or I do their Africa Day campaigns, or I do stuff for some people. And the first time I did it, I did it almost at a loss. Almost. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to stake my life to build this trust. I'm privileged to know a wealthy man called Costaris. I'm in his circle. So this year we went to China to do some business, and he was able to do millions of dollars of business with a handshake. So I was like, he's like, no, for the past 18 years, I have delivered on my word. And even when I fail, I make sure I deliver. Even if, because trust is what people are willing to risk on you. Now, the problem with this era is that people think that branding is trust. It's a lie. It's a lie. So in my other circles, I say So I'm a Christian. I say it is breath before branding. In other words, it is breath, being able to in this circle, I say it is capacity before branding. It's capacity before branding. But let me now say this too. It is also important in this season to be visible because some people are competent, are warm, but not visible. They don't, and please, my questions, they don't understand that visibility is part of trust building. Write it down. Visibility is part of trust building. No matter how much we try this thing, Panadol, aspirin, 'cause I'm telling you that it's the same thing. There are many, but everybody, oh, Panadol, Panadol. They spent a lot of money on adverts. So don't ever disregard or think that brand building is not organic. It's not organic. You pay for it. Now, a few tips. You don't have to buy every advert. You can collaborate. You can work in strategic spaces to get visibility. You can serve in strategic. You guys don't know how to tell your stories, and I will share about telling stories. Most people don't understand that right now in this era, the algorithms are looking for stories to share. So the first part of this is called trust. Trust is the first currency. And please write it down. And this trust is not what people say about you. It's a lie. People are nice. I heard that Kenyans are very nice people, Kenyans, but they don't really trust. I don't know. I heard don't come from any Kenyan here. Even Botswanans, I don't know. Is what can people risk a lot on you? That is trust. The next thing I want to say is visibility without value is noise. Now, I remember saying at the beginning part, visibility is important. I drive something called Not Waiting. It's on Instagram. Follow it, Not Waiting Africa. We're working on trying to make Africans visible. It's on Instagram, Not Waiting. You should write it and follow it. And follow me on Instagram. My name is Dr. Foy, DRFOY. But also follow Not Waiting. In this season, visibility is important. But without value is dangerous. It's dangerous. And that's my next part I want to say. A billboard for a shop that sells nothing still gets. So first of all, be at least let them know you. But being remembered is being remembered, not being seen. So in my journey of currency is how did I deliver the job? When I sent invoices and they paid late, was I rude? When I get a chance, today, you can never forget my video. Never. You cannot forget my video. If you do what is sorry, I'll play at the end. Why? Because I've learned how to hack it. I've learned that visuals go far. I've learned that people don't read books again. I'm joking, they read books. But you know what I mean? There's something called collective unconsciousness. And it's a word by a guy called Carl Jung. And Carl Jung said that when an era comes, collectively, some rules are formed. And it's called the collective unconscious rule. Right now, in this era, the number one rule is that videos go far. So visibility is key, but please, without value is noise. Noise scales with efforts. Signals scale with restraint. And I'll explain what is this. Write it down. What is a signal? A signal, the first CEO of Elevate Africa, his name is Mr. Daniel Equinobe. I'm sure he's not here, but he's one of my great teachers, and he taught me signals and noise. He said, make noise enough to signal your clients, your clientele, your investors, your founders. Make noise enough to signal. Signal is when you now understand how to get those who need to listen to you to listen to you. Let me give an example. I run three verticals. One vertical is called Energize Music. Energize. We do Christian concerts. We do family-friendly concerts. We have a record label. We have T.Y. Bello. We have Great Man. We do great music, great concerts, and we're trying to scale globally. Now, the noise is that we should do great albums and do great concerts. That's noise and post everywhere. But the signal is that I had to go to Nashville last week. I had to go to Nashville to sit down with former head of Maverick City, former head of this thing, and signal those who can make our music global. I can be making noise in Nigeria. 7 billion views, but my signal is not reaching. So make sure you write a book, you have a product. Don't always think of noise. Noise means marketing, pushing. Think of, for example, somebody that has a book, your signal might be to find a partner that can publish, to find your signals, because noise is what the world, noise is everywhere now, but make sure you find your signal. So the first thing I said is trust. And trust is not about what people say about you, it's what people can risk. Because then two is visibility is key, but without value is noise. There's noise. Number three is reputation compounds. Reputation compounds. The currency, write it down. What you don't understand is that reputation is not only about success, it's also how you handle failures, even in front of clients, consumers, customers, your boss, seasons, etc. It behaves like interest. Almost nobody feels it working. A kept promises payout is gradual. It's gradual. It's built with small steps. It's not grand gestures. The 5 minute calls, the 5 minutes, the posting this thing, the that, the this, the that. I wrote, is the only ledger where the debt collector never forgets and the interest never stops. Write it down. Is the only ledger where the debt collector never and the interest, the reputation. Ooh. It's like glass. It's like glass. Now, let me teach you this. Sometimes when you post, don't post to get, okay, let me say it right. You have to get to a point where you can post consistently, not even looking for comments. You're building a reputation. On your LinkedIn or in circles that matter, build a reputation. You don't need virality to build reputation. You need consistency. It compounds. It compounds. What I've seen a lot of people do you know that? Can I give you a trick? Do you know that I've built? I'm sharing my secret. I don't share my secrets. Do you know that WhatsApp stories? CM, be deliberate about every channel right now of visibility or gates. They're called gates. Be deliberate about gates. Be deliberate about gates. Be very deliberate about gates. It's very important. I'm telling you the truth. So my WhatsApp is deliberate. My Instagram, deliberate. My LinkedIn, deliberate. I've not done well with my emails, and I'll do better. But guess what? My physical, when you meet Foy, he's way better in person than online. So it compound. I'm telling you the truth. It's deliberate. And I understand when I should not be outside, when I'm burnt out, when I'm exhausted. I know when I'm done, I'm tired. Oh, compounds. Number 4, attention is borrowed, influence is owned. Please write it down. The algorithm is a landlord, though. Is a landlord. It can hand you 1 million views today and evict you tomorrow. Write it down. Hey, I beg una. Sorry, I'm Nigerian. We do I beg una in Nigeria. Hey, it's not your own, though. You don't honestly, they can kick you out, though. So make sure your influence is banked, not online only. Bank your influence. For those who are, bank it in people, bank it in energy, bank it in systems, bank it in different spaces, bank it in books, bank it in products. They can kick you out, oh. Now, the second thing I've learned is that character is very important. Now, I'm not trying to be moral here, because that's not because moral, no, it's good to be moral. But I'm trying to explain to you that bank it in character. Bank it in character. And character in the sense of I can't be preachy. Character in the sense of values, your values. Bank it in character. Let it be that people can remember you if they shut out all your platforms. Very key. Very key. Very key. So bank it in character. This is very important. Bank it in character. Bank it in. Listen, I was in DC, I was in LA, and then Nashville, and then I make sure that when I meet people, I write it down. It's a quote I write. It's a quote I read somewhere. Wherever thou be thou fullest. Write it down. Wherever thou be thou fullest. I'll give an example. It's fine. I'll teach. 2 years ago, I realized that I needed to shape culture, but do it. I'm giving you guys just my tricks. And I needed to do it in such a way that nobody can hold me back. So I started writing black, white. If you go to my page, I've had cumulatively almost 500,000 shares on just my daily or bi-weekly scribbles. But I do it on my Canva, zero cost. Simply it comes, I write it down, post. In other words, bank it on things that can scale. I'm going to do a book very soon from that. It's called The Black Book of Wisdom. Scale it. Like the currency of influence, it flows. Don't make it a flow, not a static concept. Please. Oh my God, time is going on. Woo! Now, let me now zero in on signal. Let me now zero in on signal, because that is what I learned from, and this is an Elevate Africa speak. I'm telling you that I learned this from working with Elevate Africa, from Daniel. Signal, okay, I'll give an example to you, and you might get it. 3 years ago, I had a hard time, and I'm going to be vulnerable in this masterclass. 3 years ago, I had some financial. I was strained financially, because I was doing a project, and I needed to go to America for a conference in Virginia. I was like, how can I signal? And I'm telling you a true life story. I was like, how can I? Of course, I prayed too, so I must add that part quickly. But how can I get someone to fund this? I'm telling you the truth. And then the answer was, write a few things on LinkedIn. I'm telling you that in a week, someone had DM'd me, someone had paid for me to come to Maryland. The guy drove me to Virginia and back. Because influence is not about everybody. It's not about everybody. It's not about everybody. It's not about everybody. For those who read different books, sometimes one person is who your influence is to get one person. So make sure you know how to signal, speak right, focus on the right consumer base. Learn to make a lot of mistakes too. Listen, guys, please fail quickly, fail a lot, post a lot. Like, stop, do it yourself. Fail till you can sharpen it. Because sometimes the idea is to find. It could be a crowd. So it could be a crowd. It could be one person. It could be a system. So make sure you understand how to signal. I said sometimes, and these are examples. If you go to a surgery, because I'm a doctor, and the guy is talking too much, he's over explaining to you, do you know you'll be afraid? So this is what I'll do first. I will open your stomach. Then I will tear you like this. When I finish tearing your stomach, I might use four. Oh, no, I will use four. Not today, I will use four. Because it's about knowing how to speak to different spaces. It's taught. Talk less, be more. Now, for some of you, talk more. For example, I'm trying to build a Gen Z community. Oh my God. I'm talking more. Is there any Gen Z here? Forgive me. My God. They ask questions like, ask a lot of questions. They want to be heard. So I'm talking more. Woo! Number 6, influence survives platform. Write it down. Content is a rental too. A post has a shelf life of bread. An idea gets carried. Your influence must survive platforms. Influence must survive platforms. The currency of influence is beyond platforms. Like I said to you guys, in my next class, I'm already booking my next class. I'll talk about products and how we should have something called intangible, but not today, intangible products. Talk about that. So make sure, listen, the attention span of the world is short. And it's not about Instagram. It's not about Olodo uprising. There was the Olodo uprising movement, conversation about 2 weeks ago. See, that's died already. To show you how it's gone. It's not about Olodo uprising. Is Trump not Donald Trump? Is Olodo uprising now? But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's it loud. So it's not about Olodo uprising. Please don't type of I was with America again for the CIA because somebody here might even be CIA. But I'm saying this to say that you have to understand that there's ideas outlive platforms. So make sure you find things that outlive platforms, that stay out of platforms. And I'll tell you 2 stories at the end. 2 stories. Now, this is the one that I love the most. Write it down, become indispensable. There's a difference between the person who follows and the person that you call at 2 a.m. What's that? Now, please, I know that some people here are multi-potential. So I'm not trying to say, I'm not even trying to say that's not the focus that you can do a lot of things. No, that's not the focus. The focus is what is your sweet spot? Now, listen, okay, for example, my sweet spot is my energy. Finish. It's my energy. I didn't say medicine. I didn't say media. I didn't say creativity. My energy. I know how to use my energy to work people, move teams. I found it. Okay. It's my energy. So I realized that I must keep my energy fresh and use it to build systems, build people, push movements, lead meetings. I'm saying you have to find your sweet spot. Sometimes it's a tangible, sometimes it's intangible. I read a quote and I wrote a few research. It says it's not those it's the ones whose absence break. Is that when I'm not there, I know people on fire. Ah, usually it's intangibles. Indispensability is measured by what stalls when you are gone. Followers can be bought. Being needed cannot. I made it rhyme. Followers can be bought. Being needed cannot. Followers can be bought. Being needed cannot. Okay. You get the point. So make sure. And guys, please, you know what? Follow me on Instagram. I'll do a course, but I'll do it, and I'll be very vulnerable here. I do this better with my spiritual angle, with my faith, because I can now solve problems with faith. So follow on Instagram, Dr. Foy, and DM me or DM Foy of Africa. But you have to get to now. For some people, they're transitioning, so they don't even know what their influence should be now. And I get it. That can be solved today. But for those who perceive their sweet spot, zero in. I'll tell you why. And I close soon. I'll give you about 10 minutes for questions and then we'll close. We'll close by 7 dots. I like freedom. On the dot. I'm close by 6:58. I'm out. Now, let me say this. And I'm giving you 2 predictions. With AI and just the growth in technology, taste. Your taste, not like pepper, not pepper. People will pay for those, not pepper, like pepper. People will pay for those who have taste, who have, I don't know how to explain it. Man, my English is, I have to go my English. People who have style, not consultants. I don't know how to explain it. But taste, you know what I mean? Taste is going to be very key. You know what? Some of you here, what people will pay for is that we like your taste. We like how you've been able to brand yourself. So can you brand us? We like how you've been able to brand a system. So sometimes diligence makes you indispensable. I don't know if I explained it. Because taste is become AI is making everybody Higgsfield and workflows and coding. So when all the technology is now at its peak, what differentiates you with your taste? Your taste, your angle, your perspective, your consistent flow. Guys, post a day. Learn how to, and please, I'm going to do a recap quickly. I said, and is it clear? And please write it down. And I will share the document with you for the community. Trust is the first currency. It's not about what they say about you. It's about what we can risk for you. So don't forget that part. Trust is the first currency. The second is visibility, which is important. But without value is noise. What is noise? Noise is just casting your net everywhere. You might catch you. Let me not go over make you professional. You might catch. You might. But at some point, you should learn how to do 5 signal. Being able to communicate yourself to those who need your value, your value seek, and your signaling. Number 3, reputation compounds. We spoke about it. It does compound. It does compound. Now, let me also say to everybody, if you want to transition, starve reputation. So if you are known to be the best something in your flow, but you now want to pivot into NGO, start starving reputation and starve it, because it's very hard for people to become. It's not good for people to be confused about what you do, who you are. Attention is borrowed. I said it. Algorithm is landlord, though. They can kick you out. They can starve you. You're in Africa, we have something called village. People might go and be telling them that you are bad behind the screen, and they'll block you. So make sure you I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. People are wicked. So make sure you build character, not only morality, but around your product and perspectives and all that. And then I said, influence the platform and then become indispensable. And this indispensability is not only about tangibles, it could be intangibles too. It could be intangibles. It could be intangibles. I'll tell you one story. One story. Now this part will shock you. After med school, I have not gotten a degree in media and comms. Not one degree. I did a short course in London Business School, short course on brand. But I've done some big numbers with some big companies in my corporate life. Now, please go and get a degree. I want to get a degree in AI. Something AI, just to be fancy. Something AI I'm going to get. After my med school, after spending 8 years in med school, am I mad? Don't pity me. I'll do that school again. 8 years in medical school. Come on. Come on now. Please, I have 2 degrees. But I'm saying that all I have learned, and I've done a lot of work, is based on suffering, but trying, trust. In my last company, they still text me, like, trust. And trust, you can build trust even in failure. That's even the sweetest trust, not trauma bonding. It's not trauma. I call it trauma trust bonding. It's not trauma trust bonding, no. But when you fail, don't run. Sorry. Build trust. Don't write that trauma trust bonding. It doesn't work. Oh, they'll fire you. Visibility is key. It's not expensive. If you are visible to your audience, not expensive. And even if it's not very, bro, I've seen phenomenal work with people using their iPhones. It's not expensive. Reputation and all that. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Foy. This has been so amazing. The chat room is buzzing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for so much you've shared with us. And yes, we are happy to connect with you on your handles. And I also want to thank everyone who has been on this call. In the chat room, you will see the link to join our community, Elevate Africa Connect. There's a link to join our WhatsApp community. We can also send you emails so that we keep this conversation going on. There is also the link to visit the elevateafrica.org. Yeah, so you know all the projects and the expressions that we have in Elevate Africa, all for your benefit. And yes, we've already booked you for the next session. You said so, and we accepted. So we'll be telling you in the community when that will come up. It's going to be another masterclass. Yeah. Thank you so much.